Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through every single goddamn day. Why do we do this? Why do I make these videos? What's the whole point of this shit? What you're witnessing here is my program. What's a program? It's daily lifestyle management, discipline. What you're witnessing here every day is my discipline. Where do I come up with these topics from? This is part of my studies. I study every single day. Why? Because mind, body, and soul. This goes in circles. I'm trying to conquer addiction, PTSD, the former weak bitch self that used to dominate me, trying to turn the former weakling into a warrior. That's what you're witnessing. Let's get into today's topic. I want to talk about a statement that I heard, and I've been thinking about it. So let me put it into your brain. Maybe you guys think about it too. The quote is, never use your illness as an excuse. Never use your illness as an excuse. A lot of people use their illnesses as excuses. There's various forms of illnesses. It may be actual physical ailment, and you can say, well, I'm sick, I can't go to work. That's always a good excuse. Every single one of us has used that. I can't go to work, I'm sick. And that's a rather harmless excuse, unless your work really depends upon you. It's always frustrating to find out that the motherfucker really wasn't sick. I mean, you look at it from the boss's point of view, because I've been a boss for 30 years. This goes deeper than that. People use their illnesses as excuses in order to release themselves from the necessary struggle of life, from simply meeting life in general. Oh, I can't go out tonight, I don't really feel like it. And then that excuse turns into your ailment. You do that 2-3 times in a row, and then you've convinced yourself that you have social anxiety. Maybe you've convinced yourself that you don't really like people. Maybe you just talked yourself into depression. You know, you never use your illness as an excuse, because you might be convincing yourself that you're sick. You have to be honest with yourself when it comes to your afflictions, your weaknesses. If you hold back in life because of a weakness, you don't strengthen yourself. That's why it kind of sucks going to the gym for beginners. It did for me. I remember when I first started working out as a teenager. I started working out pretty young as a teenager. When I felt embarrassed, I felt weak. And I noticed that, I kept with it, but I noticed other people, even at a young age, 20, 21, you should be strong at 21. I remember other guys at 21 saying, no, well, I have back problems. I have knee problems. And they use that excuse to not become stronger, to not work out. And then as years went on, these people deteriorated more and more, and by 35, what a heartbreaking thing, by 35, these motherfuckers start to break down like old men, living a life of laziness, using this excuse of the bad back. We can let our excuses pile up. We look for victimization. You might be heartbroken. You might be embarrassed that you got rejected. That turns into your illness. You prop that up, coddle that. Instead of attacking that weakness, rooting it out, you use it as an excuse to further behavior that makes you even weaker. It's like a psychosomatic way to make yourself actually sick, to turn yourself into a victim. And then after just one bad experience, or maybe even two, you start saying, well, women don't like me, or maybe you get angry at the other gender, and you hide out in your house, and you've sworn off of relationships. You become depressed because you're going against the very nature of your species. I don't know, it's just a little bit to think about for this week. Never use your illness as an excuse because you might be convincing yourself to be sick. We are the cause of our own ailments. Your suffering is your own fault. I know you don't like to hear that. I lost a friend recently because I told her that. But it's very true. What are you using as an excuse? What are your excuses? You don't know, maybe start with what are your illnesses? What are you talking about as your failures, your flaws, your weaknesses, your ailments? Have you been holding yourself back because of these excuses? Something to think about. I'll be thinking about this shit all week. Thanks for watching.